I'm free. I never thought it was gonna happen this soon, but I'm free. I don't have to come back to this place anymore. I'm free. About a year ago, I posted a video saying I don't know if I'm ever going to find a job again because I had been looking for so long and no one had given me anything. This is what has happened since I posted that video. 2 months after I posted that video, I got a job offer. 20 hours a week, $16 an hour. 5 months after I started that job, the entire company shut down. 2 months after that company shuts down, I get another job. I'm a dog walker. The most they can give me is about $300 of work per week. So I get another job. I am a petition circulator. I work 40 hours a week, $19 an hour. I'm great at it. This is amazing. I'm finally making a decent amount of money, and the Florida government passes a law that all but bans petition circulating. So now I am back to dog walking, which again pays about $300 a week. I have a bachelor's degree. I have 4 years of experience in mental health, 10 years of experience in childcare. I have experience in higher education, aquatics, food service. When I was in high school, I tutored refugees in English, and I speak French. And I do not believe that there is any job that I am above. I'm telling you, I got rejected by Taco Bell and Sam's Club. Where are my bootstraps? Because I would love to pull myself up by them.
It's like Monday, I'm tired. Tuesday, tired. Wednesday, tired. Thursday, tired. Friday, I'm tired up until the evening time. Then I'm off work and I have a lot of energy. It's just like, so I'm learning, like, people don't understand that work drains you, y'all. Work really drains you. Like, I don't care if you just sitting at the desk doing nothing. Just being at work is really, like, tiring and draining. It's like slave work. Like, ain't my ancestors did that already? I don't know, I work like a slave. My ancestors already done worked like a slave already. It's just too much. Like, people understand we as 9-to-5 workers need, like, an extra day off. Like, it don't be right that we gotta work all these days. I heard they put me past a law that we get a Friday or a Monday off. They should do that because we need them days off. Like, we be stressed. I don't care if we ain't doing lifting a finger. It just work just naturally just drains you. Like, why I'm here?
Guys, welcome back to the channel, and today there is a story in the United States of America that talks about truckers. Truckers are losing jobs. Truckers are crying. But what is really happening on the ground? Stay with me as I break down all these. Remember to subscribe, remember to like, remember to comment, remember to share. Let's get into this. You know, there is really uncomfortable truth among most people who don't want to admit it. It's that working hard no longer guarantees stability in America. Most people are raised to believe in the American dream. Go to school, get a degree, land a job, and you'll be okay. But what happens when that whole formula stops working? Imagine you've got a bachelor's degree, diverse work experience, and you're still getting turned away from jobs at Taco Bell and Sam's Club. That's not laziness. That's economic failure on a structural level. And even for those people who manage to get good jobs, say making $75 a year, $75 a year, they're still barely getting by. After rent, food, car payments, and basic living expenses, they're left with less than $320 a month. That's not thriving. That's barely surviving. We're not just talking about isolated stories here. We're talking about a widespread reality. Companies like Walmart are laying off 1,500 workers. Microsoft's tech departments are shrinking, tracking jobs collapsing under the weight of tariffs. Empty ports and automation. And now there is an AI breathing down everyone's neck, threatening jobs across the board, from Uber drivers to warehouse workers, even white collar professionals. My people, today we're going to dive deep into what it really feels like to chase the survival in the so called land of opportunity through the voices of two people living it faster. The videos I've compiled here from TikTok clips, to all these creators, by the way, and their stories aren't just relatable, they are a wake up call. Sit back, relax, and let us unpack these chaos. I'll be back with further analysis.
The cost of living in this country is currently, it's not going to be, it is currently unsustainable. And there are people that they know this, but then they'll still look at somebody else that's struggling and then tell them they're not doing good enough. I want you to imagine somebody that makes $75,000 a year. That's a pretty high up wage in terms of like top earners in this country, $75,000 a year. And we're going to go through some things here. This is a person with no debt outside of a car. And please don't hit me with the, you can go buy a car for, shut up, you can't, shut up, stop saying ridiculous things. An entry-level decent car is $30,000. So this person who puts $200 a month into insurance and they pay 5% into their 401k, because shut up, people should be able to put money into their retirement. Because if you're not doing it now, you're never going to get to start doing it later. So after those two things come out of their paycheck, and their taxes are paid, they bring home $53,850 a year from a $75,000 paycheck. Average rent in my state for a one-bedroom apartment, because an adult should be able to live by themselves, $1,700. That car payment at 6% for an entry-level, very reasonable sedan, nothing fancy, a car payment's $579 a month. Car insurance, $240 or so a month for a lot of vehicles in this day and age. You're a young person, you've got a nice job, but the insurance companies still want to screw you over. Food. You only cook at home. You never, ever go out. You only cook at home and you only eat decent quality food, because a human being should be allowed to eat decent quality food. You pay $879 a month for that. You spend $250 a month in gas. You wear and tear on your car $100 a month. $80 for your phone, $80 for your internet, $175 a month for your electricity, $70 for your water, $20 for your cash. You make $75,000 a year, and outside of a car payment, you have zero debt. Do you know how much money you have left over annually at a $75,000 wage? You do nothing. You don't own a Netflix. You don't go out on a date. You don't pay to go to a park. You don't go watch a movie. You do nothing. If you can't find it on the internet for free, you don't get to do it. If you can't cook it at home for your $800, you don't get to do it. You have $3,700 left over annually. That's like $320 a month. And there's going to be, well, that's $300. Shut up. Shut your stupid, contrarian, edgelord mouth. That's not a doctor bill, because God knows, just because we have insurance doesn't mean that we don't still pay far out the ass when we go to the doctors. People like to be entertained. They want to date. They want to... There's those of you out there that will tell somebody living like this on $75,000 a year before taxes that they are not doing what they're supposed to do, that they should get a second job, that they should get a side hustle, that they should get a better job. And the fact that you would look at somebody with no debt other than a car and say something like this to them means objectively you're a moron and you live in a fantasy world. This is unsustainable.
So yesterday I was laid off for my job, my very cushy, very nice trucking job. And that's all good. I got 2 interviews. I'm on my way to one right now. They're both better paying jobs. One of them is even closer to my house. But that's actually not what I want to talk about. Yesterday, while I was on that phone call, one of the drivers that was getting laid off, he said, "Hey guys, so you request a 2 weeks notice from us when we're going to leave. In fact, last year I did give you 2 weeks notice. I decided to leave. I found a better job and I put in my 2 weeks, and you guys talked me out of it. You said, no, we're going to give you a raise, which you did. But I would be in a much better job right now. But you can't be bothered to give us a 2 weeks notice. Hey, you're about to lose your income." We have to give you, a multi-billion-dollar company, 2 weeks to find our replacement, but you can't be bothered to give us the same courtesy. The boss said, this is not a decision leadership makes lightly. And the driver said, that's not what I'm asking you. Then he said, there's not much more I can tell you. I'm sorry things are the way they are. And that was that. Let this be a reminder that you can be as loyal as a dog to a company, and when they decide to let go of you for whatever reason, they're moving on, and there's nothing you can do about that. And also, we're done giving 2 weeks notices. Courtesy is a two-way street, and if I can't expect that from you, don't expect it from me. Have a great one.
Let's start with the first speaker, who was a college graduate with years of experience across different industries. Despite all of that, they've been laid off repeatedly, rejected from fast food jobs, and forced into low-wage, unstable positions that barely cover their bills. And it's not just about the paycheck. It's about the emotional toll, the drain of constant uncertainty, the mental exhaustion of bouncing from one dead end to another, and the shame of doing everything right but still falling behind. They're not looking for luxury, they're fighting just to make ends meet. And then there is the other speaker who was zooming out to look at the bigger picture. Something stood out from what they were talking about. They talk about how tariffs have wrecked industries like trucking, how AI is rapidly replacing traditional jobs, and how employers are laying off workers with no notice, even from jobs that once felt safe. Right now, they're not even safe. Remember when we were told to give our bosses 2 weeks notice out of respect? Well, now companies don't even give 2 days. Just get laid off, man. It's really crazy. And talk about the loyalty. One-sided. The courtesy, gone. That's why one of them boldly said, stop giving companies 2 weeks notice. Courtesy is a two-way street. You give me, I'm going to give you back. That's how we do it in town. And honestly, they're very much right. Because meanwhile, back to the numbers, $75,000 a year. That sounds good on paper. But if you subtract rent, food, talk about insurance, car payments, gas, phone, internet, electricity, and water, you're drawn down to $320 a month. No vacations, no dinners out, no dating, no hobbies, no emergency caution, no nothing. That's not freedom. That's economic entrapment. And when people speak up, when they speak about it, they are met with this kind of an advice which is out of touch. Get a second job, start a side hustle, you just need to work harder. All these things seem that they ain't even working. But how much harder can you work when you're already doing everything you can and the system is still rigged against you? Well, as I finish up here, I want you to listen to this, because I think here's the real problem. We are facing a massive disconnect between the American narrative and the American dream. People are sold the American narrative that it is the land of opportunity, and the American dream, which is just a fallacy. We know it now. Society tells us success is within reach, but the economy keeps moving or keeps shifting the goalposts. It's like we are all running a race, but every time we get closer to the finish line, someone pushes it farther away so that we might never get to win it. And the most dangerous part, we blame ourselves for not running fast enough. You see yourself as a failure. But the truth is, the track is broken. You can never reach the finish line and win the race if the track is stony, has cracks, stones. What we are seeing today is a perfect storm of economic instability, mass layoffs in industries that once provided stability, rising living costs that outpace wages by miles, automation and AI making entire careers obsolete in real time. I look for empathy from employers, politicians, the society as a whole. And what makes this even more tragic is how often working class people are blamed for their own hardship. Like, guys, they are told to just get better jobs, as if better jobs are growing on trees. Someone tells you to get a better job. Sounds funny, but it's not funny, of course. They're told to save more, as if there is nothing left to save. They're told to work harder, as if the exhaustion is laziness. But how can you work harder than someone juggling two jobs, no benefits, and still can't afford rent? It's crazy. It's diabolical. And we need to stop pretending the system is fair. The system has never been fair. The system has never been broken. It works the way it was designed to work. And more importantly, we need to stop shaming people who are doing everything they can just to keep their heads above the water. This is about left versus the right, or this number about the blue collars versus the white collar. This is about survival and the fact that millions of people are on the edge or at the verge of collapsing. AI is not just coming, it's here. Tariffs are not just numbers on screen, they are killing industries. Rent is not just high, it's predatory. So, people are being crushed between the gears of an economy that no longer values human labor but only the profit. So, what are we going to do? And here's the solution. Number one, we need to speak the truth. Of course, we say that it doesn't need to be loud, but it just need to be heard. We create content like this. We listen to true stories like theirs, and we spread the message that this is not normal and it's not acceptable. Secondly, we support policies that put people first over profits. Third, and this might be the hardest, people need to unlearn the shame that keeps us silent when we are struggling. Like, if you're struggling because you can't afford things, just speak it out. Let us speak it out, because no one should feel ashamed for struggling in an economy designed to make them struggle. These voices aren't just a commentary, they're a cry for help, a cry for a better America, a cry for a better tomorrow, for a better future for the kids. And maybe if enough of us listen, we can finally stop blaming ourselves and start demanding something better. Guys, as we come to the end of this video, I'd like to thank you for always sticking around, for always being with me, always supporting me. Don't forget to like, share, let me know what you think in the comments. And this is the kind of content you really like and enjoy. Subscribe to this channel. I hope to see you in my next video. Peace out.